Oh, I didn't see you there. This is a video where you unfortunately have to see my face, but I wanted to share this anyway because I finally got around to putting the guitar into the Blackstar HT 20 amp head, just so nobody asks me later, as if anyone was actually ever going to watch this, but then shoving that signal into the Rossum Electro Music mutating spectral resynthesizer known as the Panharmonium, which, long story short, you put audio into it, it splits it into a bunch of little dominant pieces, the pieces that are better than all the rest of the pieces, and then recreates them using a bank of 33 oscillators, and then totally craps out a bunch of audio diarrhea that sounds strangely like the original audio that went in. But, as noted, it is being made synthetically, which I find very interesting. The sound of it, it sounds like you're playing guitar with a bunch of reverb and chorus from underneath a moldy diaper in the bottom of a dumpster. I will demonstrate right now. There's a bunch of aliasing right there that you can get rid of for the most part by upping this blur control. It doesn't handle gain as well. I'm going to put the drive channel of the amp on with about 1/3 gain. That sounds really cool, but in order to get rid of the aliasing when you have really fancy spectral content, you have to turn the blur up so high that it kind of gives you that effect, which is useful. But this completely wet recreation of distortion does not work super well, which is not surprising. That's okay. But what it does do really well is when you mix in a bunch of the dry signal, it sounds really cool. That is my opinion. Now you know. Something else it can do is shift octaves that I find really interesting. 1 octave up with, again, some of the dry signal in. That was 1 octave up. Let's do a whole bunch of octaves up. That's ridiculous. Let's try 1 octave down. But this time I'm going to turn on an Earthquaker Acapulco Gold, which is an emulator for the one of the Sum amps, like power amp stage. So that is also completely ridiculous, but in a completely different way. Sort of another setting I found right away was messing with the analyzer, the way that it chops up and decides to poop out audio. Let's turn it back up to wet. change the waveform to a triangle. Kind of a nice stepped effect there. Blending dry in. Turn it back up so you can hear it. Cross-weighting sine waves. Now, I screw around with the feedback and the blur, which I won't try to explain because I'm not 100% sure how they work exactly in the signal chain right now. Oops, that was loud. Throw an LFO on the frequency control. This sounds absolutely nothing like a synth pedal, or really anything else that I can think of. The potential here is completely ridiculous, and I look forward to playing with this for the next few hours. Totally crazy. Potential for creating drones, like using an EBO, or there's a freeze function on here as well that grabs the spectra and lets you save it and mess with it. You know, you can put the guitar down and twiddle knobs and all that. Is nuts. I'm really impressed by what this can do. I guess that explains why it's so damn expensive. Thank you.